welcome to another installment of Golf More, Swing Less. Today I want to talk about what could be the very most important fundamental in golf, and it happens to be the grip, the way we place our hands in the golf club. On the contrary to most instructors and most golfers' beliefs, there's not one way to hold the golf club. You'll see there's a variety of different grips to choose from, in fact 3 being the most popular, which we've got the 10-finger grip, also called the baseball grip. We've got the interlocking grip and the overlapping grip. But before we get to the nuts and bolts of that, let's first talk about the fundamentals. So the first thing I have to preface with the golf grip is grip pressure. No matter how you hold the golf club, it's important that your grip pressure is light. On a scale of 1 to 10, the grip pressure should be about a 5 or a 6. And the reason being is that when we hold the golf club tight, we have far less range of motion in our forearms. So if you, like most golfers, get the club face to the ball open, if you have a tendency to push, slice, or fade, there's a high likelihood that you're delaying the release due to holding the club too tight. And it doesn't matter if you're holding the club correctly or incorrectly, you're basically using the small muscles in your hands, fingers, and forearms, causing you to block at the point of contact. So if you have a tendency to block at the point of contact, if you hit the ball to the right, I highly recommend trying lighter grip pressure. And on the contrary to the way traditional golf instruction would lead you to believe, we don't have to grip the club tighter with our left hand than our right hand. To make things more simplistic, I recommend golfers get more consistency in their grip. Left hand, right hand should both be about a 5 or a 6 on a scale of 1 to 10, because both hands play equal role in getting to a good impact position. So for example, we talk about our right hand and where our right hand's responsible. When we put our right hand on the golf club, the further down we put it, the more in control our right hand is. In fact, if I slide my right hand further down, you'll see I'm able to release. My right arm takes control, firing like a piston, and that golf club comes to the ball slightly closed. So if you're one who has a tendency to hit the ball to the right, you're going to want to consider a strong grip, which we're going to talk about in a moment, and lighter grip pressure. Okay, so let's talk about the nuts and bolts of how we place our hands in the club. First, let's talk about the correct way to hold the golf club. I'm going to start for you right-handed golfers with my left hand. In fact, I'm going to try to get my hands, my fingers, to point straight down to the ground. The club is going to lay across my hand on the diagonal, and my heel pad right here where my callus is going to wrap right on top of the Lamkin logo. My thumb is then going to come straight down to the right of center. So I use the logo, the Lamkin logo on my grip to gauge where my thumb is. I'd like for my thumb to be straight down to the right of center, much like that. That would be a correct grip. Now in that position, I can look down very easily and see 2 knuckles on my left hand in the playing position. From there, I'm going to go ahead and place my right hand on, and the lifeline on my palm is going to overlap my left thumb. So this hand goes on essentially just like I'm reaching out to shake hands with somebody. So if the lifeline on my palm is there, my hand is on the right hand side, and my thumb is going to come over here to the side, off to the left. Now one of the observations you're going to make is that my thumbs are no longer straight down the center. That is one of the first and foremost things that golfers do, is they want to line their thumbs up straight down the golf club. And I think the biggest reason for that is most golfers hold the club, or want to hold the club, like a putter. And the first thing we're introduced to in the game of golf is a putter grip, whether it be in Phi Ed class when we were young, or whether it be at putt-putt golf with your family. Flat putter grip, golfers are inclined to put their thumbs down the center. And the reason why we don't want to do that is because it promotes grip pressure, finger pressure, which adds tension. And tension can kill a really good golf swing, even just an average golf swing. So our grip, in recap: thumb straight down to the right of center, right thumb off to the side, Right hand's in the shake hands position, and the left hand we can see 2 knuckles visible. Now let's get into the nuts and bolts of strong versus weak. Now if you want a strong grip, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're holding the club tighter. What that means is that you want a grip that's going to influence more hook or more draw into your game. So essentially here's what we do. We take our left hand and we turn that left hand over so that your thumb comes a little bit further to the right of center like that. Now what you'll notice if I take my hand off the club is my hand is definitely turned over more to my right. So where does my hand want to be naturally? My hand wants to be the same way it hangs at my side like this when I'm standing talking to somebody. So if I put my hand in this position where it's turned over more, my thumb is straight down to the right of center, when I come through and swing this golf club, that promotes more natural rotation, and hopefully I can get the club to the ball more like so. Now the difference, or the opposite end of the spectrum, with a weak grip would be more like so. My hand's in this position, therefore not allowing me to create more rotation. So I'm likely going to have my left hand underneath versus on top. And you'll probably see the same thing in the right hand underneath. And now, by holding it primarily in my fingers, I'm going to be holding the club exceptionally tight. And when I come through, I'm going to be more hands and arms, which means that that golf club is going to come to the ball slightly open or more open, causing me to hit more shots that veer to the right, whether it be a push, slice, or a fade. So we're talking about a strong grip, we're talking about dialing that hand over even more. And your top hand is kind of your lead dominant hand, so to speak. So how I place my top hand on, or my lead hand, has the greatest influence on which way that ball is going to go. If you look at my hands from this position, you probably wouldn't be able to tell if I was using a 10-finger grip, an interlocking grip, or an overlapping grip. So the truth is, there's not much of a distinct advantage or disadvantage to go with one or the other or the third option. So it's very important that we get something that fits our hand type and something that we feel very comfortable with. So let's first talk about how to hold the club correctly using any one of the 3 options.